December 2nd, BKFC will put on one of its biggest events to date in Salt Lake City.
It's time to knuckle!
With 3 historic title bouts and a headlining fight that is 2 of the most ruthless fighters in combat sports history, fighting for the King of Violence title. December 2nd is sure to make shockwaves around the world. A man who is loved as much as he is feared, Platinum Mike Perry has shown time and time again that he has the skills and the physicality to finish any fighter standing across from him.
I'm free in there and I let myself be exactly who I am, man, a wild animal.
Former UFC champion, the Underground King Eddie Alvarez, has bad intentions on his mind ahead of his main event fight. Never one to shy away from a war, Alvarez looks to try and break Perry.
This is for dogs, and this is what people want to see.
With championship gold on the line, heavy-hitting Christine Misfit Ferea will face a former foe, Bec Rawlings, in what is sure to be the fight of the night contender. Ferea has her sights set on making her 3rd straight title defense and proving she's head and shoulders above the rest of the women's flyweight division.
Guess what? You're in my house now, guys.
After a controversial doctor's stoppage,
Dr. Muzi stops this fight!
Rowdy Bec Rawlings wants to make a statement on her quest for a world title and even the score with a longtime rival. Kai Stewart, the newly crowned BKFC featherweight champ, is looking to keep his belt and continue his impressive win streak.
Here we go, we're fucking world champion!
An undeniable star, Stewart's confidence is unshakable. One of the hottest prospects in the game today, Howard Davis finally gets his crack at becoming a world champion.
I'm like a viper, man. When I strike, it's fast, it's nasty. Sometimes you don't even see it.
With vicious knockout power.
Big right hand! On the delay, and down goes Josh Wright.
Davis looks to derail the hype train. Saturday, December 2nd, the world will witness the biggest BKFC event to date. This is Road to BKFC 56, Perry versus Alvarez. Mike Perry is a man who needs no introduction. A fan favorite for his brash attitude and action-packed fighting style. Perry is confident leading into his 4th BKFC fight. He plans on adding to his highlight reel and putting on another brutal performance.
I feel like I've been fighting for ever. Like I like to say, I'm 32 years old and I've been fighting since the day I came out. It's always been that way for me, but I knocked out everybody on the regional scene. I got to the UFC at 7-0 with 7 knockouts. Had some banger fights in the UFC, some might call the big leagues. Now, BKFC, I've been running the show, and this is the big leagues now. All my opponents that come here, this is the height of their career, and I knock them off that tip of that mountain.
Right hand! And that's ruled a knockdown.
Oh,
Here's right hand.
counter.
That is a knockdown.
I bring it, man. When I step in there, I really bring the heat and the velocity and the momentum, and I know what I'm up against when I get in there, and I make sure that I'm ready to bring it. You put me in the ring and I let my fists do the talking. It's exciting, and I love to see everyone's reactions to that moment when I'm in the ring and I get to let loose. You let the animal out of the cage, baby.
Fuckle taking out his mouthpiece, talking referee Dan Merglian ends his fight, and Mike Perry now 3-0 in BKFC.
The Underground King has seemingly achieved everything in combat sports. From Fight of the Year candidates to world titles, Alvarez has accomplished almost everything he set out to. Leading into his main event bout at BKFC 56, Alvarez prepares for the war ahead and looks to give the fans a show.
Tell us where you've fought, what you've done in combat sports, all that kind of stuff.
We don't have enough time to go through that, man. I've been this is 2 decades of fighting. I started back in 2003. I started with all the local promotions, Ring of Combat, Reality Fighting, everything down in Jersey. I won all the regional world titles. I moved on to the upper echelon, where I went to MFC, Bodog, Elite XC. I won their world titles. I flew over to Japan, fought in Japan in a lightweight Grand Prix. It was called Dream at the time. It used to be basically the old Pride. I fought there. I beat everyone there. And then I came back to America and started my American run in Bellator. I won the Bellator world title, lost it, won it back. Then I went to the UFC and I won that world title. I left the UFC, I did another stint in Asia, left Asia, I'm back in America, and I'm at Bare Knuckle, the best fighting promotion in America today.
The one, the only, the Underground King, Eddie Alvarez.
My fight with Chad was, it was exciting getting ready for that fight, just because the type of fighter Chad is. He's only lost to champions in the past, so I knew I was going to have a tough bill ahead of me.
The left uppercut overhand right from Mendes on the entry, and down goes Eddie Alvarez.
I learned from it, and I think I can make some adjustments later on that'll make it an even better performance my second time out.
On a straight left hand, Mendes covering up. Big shots out from Alvarez, and down goes Chad Mendes.
Eddie Alvarez is a great fight for me. One, because he's been a champion in 3 different top organizations in combat sports. He's been around for years. It's a little bit of a dream fight. I seen Eddie Alvarez was like the first guy I ever saw fight on Bodog in my living room in Flint, Michigan, and my dad was like watching this TV, and I'm like, what is this, dude? It's like the first fighting I ever saw. And it was Eddie Alvarez, man, getting knocked down and getting back up. He's a tough guy as far as heart, and because people know that Eddie's so tough and that he gets up from hits like that and he comes back and he brings it, you know, I really look forward to showcasing my skills and shutting him down and putting him under that platinum pressure. I just feel like he won't be able to last with me. I think I'm gonna take him to school. Easy work, easy money. You know, it didn't matter who they called and offered to me. I was gonna say yes, because my money's already there. So, you know, this is the fight that the fans and the people want, the organization wants, and I'm happy to give it to him.
His kind of style, like, although I'd say that this style is made for Mike Perry, this is my style first and foremost, and there can only be one most violent, and you're looking at him. So, like, I give Mike his props, I respect him, he does a great job, but there's only one baddest motherfucker in here, and I think we have to hash this out regardless. This fight has to happen. It needs to be found out, and I've done this before with other really violent fighters who everybody thought was the most violent and the scariest guy there is, and I know what I've done with them in the past. I know what I'm capable of. When it comes to measured, calculated violence, I'm the best at it. Mike Perry's good, but he's not the best.
He won't be that clean. I'm gonna hurt him. I'm gonna beat him up bad, and I don't feel any pain, so bring it on, motherfucker.
I am the end of all violence. I am the extinguisher of chaos. I am the king of violence. Underground King, Eddie Alvarez.
If you step in the ring to face me, Eddie Alvarez, I'm taking the crown and you're going home empty-handed. I'm knocking you out.
Christine Ferea has had a stranglehold on her division, riding a 5-fight win streak. She looks to prove the first fight between her and Bec Rawlings wasn't a fluke.
Being a world champion to me means champion behavior, and champion behavior isn't being perfect. It means when you're screwing up or when you want to give up, you go back to champion behavior. Don't give up, push harder, do the things that you don't want to do, stick to your commitments, don't cut corners, always have good intentions. Everything is intention, everything is affirmations, everything's coming back to believing in yourself, into if you have a bad day, you can't have great days every day, and that's what I've learned over the years. When I have a bad day in training and I'm tired, okay, that's what I had that day. Next day, okay, I maybe rest a little bit, but I can still be active. It just means being an example to the younger or even someone the same age as you, just being able to push through and be that example and always doing the right thing.
Christine Misfit Ferea! Straight punches now landed by Ferea into the clinch. Big shots, there's the uppercut, power on the inside.
I will retire the champion. I will never lose again. I put everything on the line. I sacrifice. I move out of my house for months at a time. I lock myself in a room and I am extremely dedicated. I put myself in positions to suffer my whole camp. So when I'm in that fight, nobody's gonna put me in more misery than I put myself. No one's gonna put me in more pain than I inflict on myself. And I promise you, no one's gonna do that. You gotta be insane to do the things that I do.
Australian native Rowdy Bec Rawlings not only looks to avenge her most recent loss, but also to recapture former gold. Rawlings aims to shock the world on December 2nd.
My last fight with Christine, it was heating up to be a good fight. The first round I feel like you could have given it could have went to either one of us. We were just kind of warming up into the fight and I got cut. So round 2, I came out balls to the walls. My coach told me I had to go out there and finish her because we knew the doctor was looking at stopping the fight. So yeah, I really, put the foot on the pedal and went for it in round 2, and that's where I had my most success in the fight. Unfortunately, the doctor decided to call the fight. I was disappointed. I think the first thing I said to the doctor was "fuck off," and then the second thing was "I'm sorry" to Christine, because I know that we were just getting into it, and I know myself, if I was the champion and I was to, win or retain a belt via that kind of stoppage, I'd be disappointed. We sign a contract and are willing to go out there and put it all on the line, and I have never turned down a fight in my whole fight career, and you can see that by my fight record with the UFC. I have never turned down a fight, so no, Christine, I have not been running from you. Maybe you need to talk to your people because they haven't been offering you. The moment they offered you as a fight, I took it. Here we are again for the rematch. Offered the fight, I took it.
She's a pillow princess, bro. I'm carrying this. I'm carrying this whole fight. I've carried all this fight. I want to market this fight. I want beef. I want bad blood. This is a fight. I'm not going in there trying to be friends with you. After, of course, we've seen after the last fight, I'm cool. I'm cool with all my opponents after. But before, I promise you, I'm not cool with you. I don't care. Right now, I do not like you. Right now, you're trying to take everything I work for. I help, not even help. I've been with this company since day 2. I'll say BKFC 2, day 2. And I'm here to build the brand. I'm here to build myself and everybody around me and everybody that helps me, everybody in the company. We're here to build each other and the women. You can't just sit back and just think, oh, I'm a ex-UFC fighter. I expect just people to watch me and get these opportunities. I'm giving her another opportunity. Once she gets hit with my power, it's over, it's curtains. She didn't get hit flush. She did not get hit, and I promise you I'm flying off that line and she's gonna have pressure for 5 rounds, and I got the cardio for it.
Ferea definitely turning up the pressure now. Huge shots, spinning Britain hard.
I feel like if she's considering her last fight with me a win, then that's pretty pathetic. She may think that I haven't won a fight in 2019, but I was traveling the world fighting in another discipline. Just because she's stuck at bare knuckle doesn't mean I have been doing nothing. So I have won an MMA fight on the world stage. So yeah, get your facts straight, Christine. I don't think she's going to change up anything. She's She hasn't changed in a long time, actually. She just focuses on getting strong and getting fit, and that's just not going to cut it with me. I'm more skilled, and I'm strong, and I'm fit, so skills pay the bills. You already know what to expect. You already felt it last fight. Get ready for some more.
I walked through her hardest overhand right and shook it off like it was nothing. Her punches didn't hurt me, nothing hurt me. There was nothing that she can do. And I took her shots standing straight up, came right back. There's no stopping me. You think you had me last time. You think you were landing your shots. You think you were getting something on me. But I promise you, you were fading in the second round, and I saw it. I know you're not ready to die for this.
With a stacked card, two of the most promising stars in the company clash, with the weight of the world title in the balance, as featherweight champion Kai Stewart looks to make his first successful title defense against heavy-handed Howard Davis. The Montana staple, Kai Stewart, captured the featherweight crown this past June, not only proving he's the best 145er on the planet, but also staking his claim as the next big thing in combat sports.
Beating Louis, I mean, that was just a notch on the belt. We kind of figured we were going to win, but you know what? I took it home. It feels great, and you know, we just got to keep those wheels turning. We're never satisfied around here, so we're on to the next best thing. I have a huge target on my back, but I've also had a huge target on my back in life, whether it was in the wrestling room, wrestling seasons. I've always been that top guy people were coming after, and I'm there to fight whoever, whenever. I don't care if it's Brian Duran. I'm gonna beat Howard Davis. I'm ready to go. These guys have no idea the animal that they're dealing with. They've all been kind of spoon-fed their opponents, and you know, I'm ready to take them out one by one by one. I've trained my ass off. My boxing has gotten a lot better, but nothing's gonna take that wrestler out of me. Nobody's gonna take that pressure. Nobody's gonna be able to handle what I do to them because of my background. Everybody thinks that it's bare knuckle boxing. It's bare knuckle fighting championship, and I think wrestlers are here to stay and conquer and take over.
Along the Florida coastline lies one of the most promising stars in the company. On a 3-fight win streak, all of which coming by finish, Howard Davis plans on shutting down the hype of Kai Stewart and cementing himself as the future of the sport.
I think the fans are excited for this fight, honestly, because the build-up, before he was champion, before he was #1 ranked, he was calling me out for so long, always had my name in his mouth, and then he got the belt and, you know, turned tail. So now, like I said, I'm the lion, I'm on the hunt. People see that I got everything to be the champ. I should be the champ, but you know, unfortunate circumstances happen in life, and you know, we keep going. So now it's my time, and when December 2nd comes, I'm gonna grab that belt. The main thing that makes me think I can beat Kai and take my title back, honestly, just the styles, man. Just if you watch our fighting styles and what he's done in BKFC and what I've done in BKFC, it's not comparable. Like, he hasn't fought anybody that's like me. I'm just different. I'm from a different breed. I'm cut from a different cloth. Like, you see me and you just know, man, that guy's gonna be somebody. And that's not me patting myself on the back or anything like that. I'm hearing this from people from other nations, other countries, you know, telling me that I'm their motivation, and that gives me motivation. And to me, that's just God making me walk in my purpose. So my purpose now is to win that belt on December 2nd in Utah.
HD is a typical boxer, you know. He's tall, he's long, he's gonna try to sit on his back foot, but you know, I'm expecting anything because I do think that he's scared of me. I do think that he's intimidated by me, and I think that he's gonna try to switch up his style, but he's gonna find himself going back to the old HD, and the old HD hates pressure, and I'm the pressure king. The fans should be excited for this fight because in reality, me and HD should have fought a long time ago. At one point, he was #1, I was #2. That would have been a showdown. He lost to Louis, but you know, now it's back, Kai Stewart versus Howard Davis, and they're excited because I think this is a pivotal fight in the 145 division, and winner is really that true king of this division.
that grabbing shit, the pressure that he think he's gonna do, like, before you come in and you can even touch me, you're gonna catch at least 10 or 15. And between those 10 to 15, you're going down by the second one. So his game plan that he was talking about on BKFC, you know, the report that he did for him it's laughable to me. I'm like a viper, man. When I strike, it's fast, it's nasty. Sometimes you don't even see it. So December 2nd come, don't blink. To represent BKFC as a world champion would be a dream come true. When I first started this journey, I never had no plans of becoming a champion. I just want to take care of my family, you know. But winning brought me to this stage, and I'm just so thankful to have the opportunity to fight for BKFC, you know, to fight for my fans, to fight for my family, and just continue succeeding in life. You know, as I said, God made me find this purpose. I've been fighting all my life, whether it be pre-K, kindergarten, in the street, out of the street, in the Boston gym, outside of the Boston gym. I just been fighting, man. I've been fighting things that people fight every day, like depression, suicidal thoughts, and just, I'm a fighter of life. So the fact that this has brought me to this stage to fight for a belt, man, like I said, it's words can't describe, man. I'm just truly thankful, and I'm gonna show everybody how thankful I am December 2nd.
I know I can beat HD and retain my title just because I want it more. I'm down here doing what other people won't do. The things I put myself through in training just is not matched in my division. And Howard's never faced a true, tough college level wrestler. And I'm just gonna take a dog to him, I'm gonna pressure him, and I'm going to remain undefeated.
To be a top wrestler in this country, it's hard, so yeah, it probably helped him with grit, but you know, my grit different, man. I come from the streets. You don't get no grit like that. That's a different level of grit, so he'll see where his wrestling get him and where my street knowledge gets me. If I see him, I just smell blood. That's what it is, he's food to me. So I'm hungry, man. I'm out here trying to feed my family, so he's next on the plate. That's what I gotta do. Kai's gonna be old news soon. It's gonna be my time, and only thing people are gonna be talking about is me, so I'm not worried about if he's deserving or not, because I know I'm deserving.
I'm absolutely not intimidated by HD. Me and my coach have honestly been planning on him because he was #1 ranked until he lost to Louis. And I think that loss and how he's carried himself really shows who HD is. And I do think that he's intimidated by a lot of people. That's why he has a lot to say. But, you know, I'm just here to let my fighting do the talking. And December 2nd, we're going to really see a different animal come out, and I'm going to put HD on his ass. There's going to be violence, clearly it's BKFC, but it's going to end whenever I choose it ends, and you know, I might play with him for 5 rounds, who knows. HD, I'm a shark in the water, I'm coming to drown you. You do not deserve this belt. I'm going to retain it. Good luck, man.
December 2nd, Salt Lake City will be host to the biggest card in BKFC history. In an action-packed night where champions will be crowned. And a new king of violence will emerge.
I'm the best bare knuckle boxer on the planet, period, and I don't care what anybody else has to say about it. The proof is in the pudding.
He's the guy who's getting it done. He's the one everyone's talking about. And I'm not here for a long time, I'm here for a good time. So like, I want Mike Perry.
So short, bro. I'm so good at this boxing shit. I swear I'm so good. You don't stand a chance.